train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect. Before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful morning. It is Friday. The weekend is here. We done made it. We got some buttons I completely saw come out. I didn't even expect this. So let's get straight to it. As always, chapters down below. I don't think we're going to, well, yeah, there's going to be certain chapters if you want to skip around. And always, that subscribe button is right there. Please click it, help the channel grow. We are hustling on this side. We got a big topic. Let's go. All right, now for the first set of buttons, these set of buttons that need to be checked, coming from the almighty Capcom themselves. So they posted this just the other day. I can't believe I saw this. Is like, by the time you watch this, it's about two and a half days old, something like that. I'm surprised I just saw it yesterday. Anyway, the official Capcom page on Twitter, right? Capcom Fighters posted this right here saying, notice of rule change. In anticipation of the 2023 season, Capcom has made the decision to update the Capcom Pro Tour rules in relation to leverless controllers. This was done to address consistency and fairness concerns. The rule change can be viewed at CapcomProTour.com. The complete rules for the season will be available closer to the start of CPT. And then you can see it right here. If you go to CapcomProTour.com, they have a really in-depth explanation of this. But long story short, you can see right here, with this in mind, we've decided to make the following change. If up and down directions are input at the same time, both inputs must be maintained or both inputs must be rejected. This rule change does not expressly prohibit the use of leverless controllers. However, any controller that registered an input when two directions are depressed must be updated to comply with the new rule. In the event of unforeseen problems, Capcom and the tournament organizers reserve the right to make the decisions in conclusion. Okay, with that being said, Hitbox responds as well, saying regarding the CPT 2023 rule set, please know we empathize with all these new concerns and uncertainty for our existing and new customers. This is still a developing situation, which we assure you has our full attention. We are confident that we will be able to provide a solution to our customers that will comply with any changes to rule sets. Okay, so that's what's up. That's, I think, the main thing you can take away from this statement right now. They're like, we are confident that we could provide a solution. So I think that's the main thing, right? But they continue right here saying, while Capcom and Street Fighter are an important part of the fighting game community, they do not represent the community as a whole. The larger tournament community and its leadership have already ruled many times over that the current SOCD resolutions in our controllers are appropriate for the tournament play. We stand firmly and believe in this standard, a standard that was set more than a decade ago and that is still implemented to this day. Down below, they write up plus down equals up. All right, so that's interesting, right? And the reason why I say that is because even the FGC reacts to this statement. I see a lot of likes, I see a lot of people showing love, but I also see a lot of other people kind of pointing out the wording on this. And they're like, we just didn't, and this is me speaking fairly, right? Both sides of the fence. We just think that the way they worded it either came off rude or, I guess, for lack of a better terms, inappropriate, right? Because on the first hand, I think it was great, right? Where it just said, we are confident, we're gonna come out with a solution. I think that's the main topic. I actually think it could have ended right there, you know what I'm saying? But they continue on saying Street Fighter is a big part, but it doesn't represent the whole community. And we stand by the rule set that was set like, what, more than a decade ago? And down below says up plus down equals up. That rubbed some people the wrong way as well. Other people like, man, you're really gonna die on this hill. I think Majin Obama or something like that. Others they found that kind of rude. I think he even went on to say it sounds like some flat earth shit or something like that. So like I said, there's certain parts of this statement that in a way it comes off like, yo, we stand by what our product. We don't necessarily believe in this rule set. Maybe it gets overturned, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of other people in the community feel these standards are set, like they're legit. So I guess some in the community can kind of take that as disrespectful because that's what it's seeming like in the replies. So it almost seems like, yes, we're gonna do it because we kind of have to, right? But at the same time, we're still gonna be making the products that we make because there's other people that can use them just fine. Then I noticed Junkfood custom arcades, right? They make, I believe it's the snack box or something like that, right? Just a smaller version of the Hitbox, popular as well. They posted another update saying a little info about our forthcoming micro firmware update. You will hold a direction to set the SOCD. And real quick, for those that don't know what SOCD stands for, it's simultaneous opposing cardinal direction. And I know that because back in school, in college, when I was going for my bachelor's, I just looked that up. I got a GED, don't believe my shit. Anyway, Junkfood continues saying, we'll hold a direction to set the SOCD mode while plugging it in. It will be remembered. You plug it in without holding anything. The corresponding direction will light up for a few seconds. This will no longer be handled in the app, just on the controller itself. And then it goes on like the 4 modules available and whatnot. And to answer your question, it looks like their product is basically ready to go, I guess, for these changes. Because somebody responds to this saying, just to be clear, I can freely switch modes correct without much hassle. Like say I wanted to go to a whack-ass Capcom event, I can change from mode 1, play the game, leave, go home, then switch it to mode 3, right? They reply saying, yes, you can do that. Every time you plug it in, you will use the previous saved option unless you hold a direction to choose a new one. There you go. That sounds simple enough, right? Then I noticed that this is not going to be the end all be all, right? Because like people like Rooflemonger, right? And I'll definitely put his information down below. Check him out. He posted a great video on this the other day talking about he almost feels like he wonders if it was a well thought out idea, because he was like, it's going to create so many more problems, like inputs or shortcuts that Capcom originally wanted to take out with like DPs and whatnot. They're gonna be back with stuff like this. Check out the small clip. Once again, it's a small clip. Check out the full video link down below.
And in the case of Street Fighter 6, they went out of the way to disable that specific input. That's great. But if down and up become neutral again, what this means is the 623 input that allows the very fast uppercuts will now allow it again. Because this means when you do 623, it'll be forward, down, and then neutral, which means you're just holding forward again, right? So it'll be forward, down, forward, forward, which is an uppercut shortcut that does work in Street Fighter 6. And it's one you can't really take away because, like, if people are sloppy on their inputs, like, it's there for a reason, right? So the whole removing the fastest possible uppercut now will be reintroduced into Street Fighter 6 because of this specific change, something you tried to remove before.
So there you have it. I guess creating or trying to erase one problem is going to create more, so to speak. And then what about the pad players? Don't they have like shortcuts that they can constantly do? So are they getting an update or a patch that they have to install, or do they just get to keep doing what they do? So that's crazy, man. And like going back to, like I said, my experience with Hitbox, like I actually reached out to a representative to Hitbox for this. I used to like talk to the owner a lot, right? But ever since he got busy, and I know he lives overseas and stuff, they're based out of Vegas, but I believe the owner works and lives out overseas. At least he was. Haven't talked to him in months. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a cool guy, always been cool to me, but people get busy. I reached out to a representative. I haven't heard back yet, but that just goes to show you how much I'm not on the inside. You know what I'm saying? I wish I knew more things, but as of right now, I just know what I'm reading right here. It's one of those things. Like when I first read it, I thought the worst. I'm not gonna lie, but I was like, shit, this is a huge blow. Because you think of all the new players that are about to come to the scene, people that might want to try Hitbox and whatnot, people that might need it. Because I've always heard that if you have carpal tunnel, Hitbox was like really good for that. There's so many people that were like, I thought that I couldn't even play fighting games anymore until I experienced some type of Hitbox. It is crazy though, because in a way I thought we were past it. You know, people constantly, well they used to anyway, call it the cheater box. I know Brian F and other people have made videos to it saying like, let's dead this once and for all. Let's really talk about it. A lot of people stand firm that it's not cheating. If you don't play it, you really have no idea. Because let's be real, how many tournament players on the Hitbox do you see? Oh, they're constantly winning, they're constantly dominating. Even Gal players, you don't. You just don't see the domination. Wait, let me know if I'm wrong. I'm spitting off the top of the head. There's a lot of people like your Daigos that's on a Hitbox. You don't see him win everything. And even if he did, he's Daigo. Come on. You can in no way credit his success to the Hitbox. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you, let me know how you feel, that second part of the statement that Hitbox made. Do y'all think that was disrespectful, or do y'all give that props? Because you're like, yo, they stood their ground. They believe there's holes, you know, in this rule set. Like even Rooflemonger and other people said, we don't know if this is well thought out. So do you give that second part props or do you take it as disrespectful? Let me know how you felt. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely let me know how you are feeling. Like I said, this is a hot one. I swear Hitbox has hurdle after hurdle, right? Trying to get approved, trying to go mainstream, all that stuff. And then just a few months ago, what was it, last year? You had Hitbox, I think it was versus Junkfood, right? It was somebody like they had to go to court over the design or something like that. And now you seem to take a step back because Capcom is like, nope, we're not gonna do that. Constantly seems like Hitbox is fighting for their place. Like, I don't envy the struggle. These guys dedicated their lives to this. Beautiful design. A lot of people love it. A lot of people praise it, but damn, they really have to fight. And I really gotta get out of here, so thank you for tuning in. If we don't post tomorrow, it'll definitely be the next day. As always, I don't know what it is, but we know it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
You thought you'd never see me again, didn't you? Well, too bad. I'm alive.